My dear lovely students of grade 10, welcome to my English class once again. It's RK English YouTube channel. Students, today we will discuss here all the exercises solution of reading one text, a century of world population trends 1950 to 2050, and from unit 13. The students, let's start the exercise. Here is the exercise, students. We have here we have first exercise, students. Match the following words with the correct meanings. On the left side, you can see the words, and on the right side, all these are the meanings of these words. You need to match all these words to their correct meaning. So here, students, I have solved this exercise by matching the words with your meaning. Students, you can write from here, and you can look here. Like first one is populous is the word that is used for having a large population, densely populated. You know, populous means having large population, and the mortality is the death rate. Particular situation, a period of time, the death rate, and the projection is the in estimation of what figures will be in the future, and you can say forecast also. Demography is related to population and different group within it, and peak is the highest point, and the stabilization is the process of making somebody or something unlikely to change, and trajectory is the path or way followed by someone, and the surpass is to be greater than something exceed. Last one, desperate, is the completely dissimilar. Yeah, this is exercise number A. Now we have exercise B, that is complete the following sentences with the correct information from the text. Students, here you have to find the correct information from the text. First, you have to go to the text. There you have to read thoroughly and carefully the text, and only then you will be able to find the information here, and then you have to fill in the blank. So first one is the highest population growth rate in the past 100 years was, according to the text, students, it was 2.1%, and the similarly second population growth rate is likely to reach it's 1% by mid 21st century, and the C number is the factors that determines the growth rate of world population are that is fertility and mortality. Fertility means, students, the death birth rate, and the mortality is the death rate. Move to the next, students. Next one, student, D number. In the early 2050s, Eastern and the Southern West Asia had large population. So in the early 20s, students, Eastern and Southern Asia countries, which had the largest population, and the E number, the population of sub-Saharan region is likely to reach how much, student? It's about 2 billion by the end of 2040s. The population will reach about 2 billions. And in the few F number, the low level of fertility will cause a fall in population size of Europe and Northern America. Because of low fertility rate and birth rate, and it will cause population size to be decreased by late 2030s. In G number, India is likely to exceed the population of China. India will be the first and first highest population country by China, by 2023 after China. It's all about your exercise number B. Now we have a question. This question and answer exercise number C. Students, now have a look at the answer of this question. Students, these are the answer and question that I have written here in separate page, and you can write from here, and you can take the help and the clue. Students, like first question is the what was the size of the world population in the mid 20th century? The answer is it was around 5 billion in the mid 20th century. And the B number, what was the fastest population growth rate in the past century? Here is the answer, student. It was around 2.1% per year in the past century. And the C number, why has the population growth rate has declined in recent years? Answer is it's because of and due to the reduced level of fertility, due to the decrease in fertility. Um, the growth rate declines in the recent year. D number, what is the predicted world population size by 2015? So the answer is the prediction and the forecast world population size by 2015 is 9.7 billion. And D number, how does fertility and the mortality contribute to the size of the population? Students, there are major two factors. One is fertility and one is mortality are the major two factors which affect mostly the growth rate of and the size of the population. Here is the answer I have written. And the F number is which countries contribute the larger population in Eastern and Southern Asia. One is China and secondly India are the two countries which are contributing to the largest population in Eastern and the Southern Asia. And G number, why will population reason have a different population variations in the next 30 years? What will be the why this one? What was the reason? So it is due to the uncertain variations in fertility rates and the mortality rates, and migration pattern and the government initiative to control the population. All these are the some factors. And H number, which countries are most likely to contribute to growth of the population by 2050? Students, it's the countries which are like to contribute growth in the population are, there are more countries like Democratic Republic of Congo, Egypt, Ethiopia, India is I think it's going to be number one, and Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, and United Republic of Tanzania. So all these are the countries we are contributing to, in the growth of the population. Students, it's all about your exercise number C, and let's have a look to the next one. What is that? Students, we have D number is it's D number exercise. Do you think the world population will increase as projected in the next text in the text discuss? So what do you think, students, about the increase in population which is mentioned in the text which we studied in that text, and which is forecasted in that text? So we have to discuss. I have written the answer and have a look at the answer first. So this is the answer of the number, students. What do you think about the increase in population which is projected in the text and which we have studied in the text? And so I have written, there are many reasons, variations in the world population estimation, which is very uncertain, and we can't predict it that there will be increase or decrease in the population. But there are mainly two reasons and factors and that can affect the projection. Students, it is estimated or assumed that so far the world population would be it's double by the 2015, it is assumed, but fertility and the mortality are the major two factors which can affect this projection and the forecast. So it's all about the number I have written, students. You can write from here. Now move to the next. Next one, we have, students, it's a speaking part, and we have what do you following figures in the chart illustrate, inter, uh, interpret them to your families. So here we have some pictures, students, and of a person, we can say unconscious person is here, and first add for unconscious person. So what are those steps that we have to do at the time of patient or person unconsciousness? So let's have a look at the steps. What should we do at the time of unconsciousness? So have a look at the answer. Here I have written students in four steps. In the first picture, as we picture, we can see a person, a patient is lying down, and one is sitting beside his, and he's calling, I think, first. But before that, what we should do is that in case of accident, or if someone becomes unconscious because of some reason, because of we have to follow the following steps to provide this is called, what we call is artificial breathing, students, to the patient. So by doing this, we can save his life if person is becoming unconscious. So first step is that to make the person lay down flat on the ground. First you need to make the person lay on the ground, that we can see in the picture, and making lower part of the body slightly up, and make sure that we should keep his head patient a bit back. So this is the first step we can do. And the second is take out the things from the mouth and the neck. So we should take out all the things from his neck and the mouth if we found anything there inside there. And the third one is we can see in the picture. Yes, open the mouth of the person or patient with the chin. We have to with the chin up with one hand, and close the nostril with the thumb and the index finger in another hand, and we should blow the mouth of the person by joining mouth to mouth. Now this is the main part, students, that we have to we should blow the mouth of the patient by joining mouth to mouth, so that the chest of the patient should be expanded with the ear. So when we do this process, it will it will what expand it with the ear, it will help in expanding the chest. And we should breathe mouth to mouth in 4 to 5 times second. So this process we have to do once in 4 to 5 seconds, and let the wind come out from after the blow. Make this process continue till start breathing own self. So we have to continue this steps until or unless the patient starts breathing himself or itself. So this is the main part and the main steps, and for an unconscious person. And last one is you can see here in the picture, and I think it's she's pressing the chest of a person. Let's see if the person heart doesn't start breathing after doing all, then do the chest compression. This is called the last step. You can see here, this is called the chest compression, and we have to do this process 15 to 20 times. And this is all students we need to do at the time when the patient and the person become unconscious. And at last, finally, student, we have to and we should take him to the hospital, and this is the last alternative. This is students all about speaking. And we have, I think, next one is grammar. So let's move to the grammar one. Here we have grammar part one, students, and the first exercise is match the sentences, sentence halves, and the make meaningful sentences. So here are some given sentence, we can say house, and you have to match these with the meaningful sentences are here given on the right side. And I have written, I have solved, students. A number is we continued the match. A number, it's a 5 number. Answer is 5 number, although it was raining heavily. So here are words, although, despite, however. These all are like words which are used to express unexpected results. So later we will discuss in a grammar part, students, and if I discuss here, the video will be lengthy and longer, and only I can say you that all these words are used to express the unexpected results. And however, here is though all these are the are considered you can say conjunction, and we here despite and in spite are considered preposition. So B number is Dolma was selected for the post. B is it's a seven number. Here is even though she had no prior experience for the post. C number is Christina attending the class, and it's eight number. It's despite of fact that she wasn't feeling well. Yes, she was well. She was not feeling well. Even what he attended. She attended the class. So, students, you can write and you can see here, and now move to the next B exercise we have, that is complete the sentences below a suitable way. Use the connectives of the contradiction where necessary. So here, all these although, even though are the word which we are going to use to fill in the blanks. And although I had seen him before, and I recognized him at first sight. This is unexpected because although I haven't seen before, but I recognize and I identify him at the first sight. You can write in your own way, students, by using even though I was snowing outside, even though it was snow outside, but I went to my office. In spite of his hard work, he lost the match. This means, students, uh, he did work hard, but he couldn't win that match. No one like her, although uh, Samrita gave a good speech at the function. This means she gave a good speech at the function, but no one liked her. E number is daughter. She spoke excellent French, despite being lacking in French, and she spoke very good French. So if I had not eaten anything since last evening, I wasn't hungry. So now move to the next students. It's a G number, student. Dot. We are not qualified for the final match. It's in spite of our hard practice. And finally, fried rice was tasty, even though restaurant was not very good, popular. So this means that restaurant wasn't very popular, but the fried rice we had was very tasty. And the I number, although I practiced all the exercise, could not attempt half of the question. I in I although practice all the question, but could not attempt all the question. So it's all about your students and the sentences below I have solved in suitable way, and all these are the connectives and the connectives of the contradiction where I have used here. And next one is, students, we have writing part. In writing part, we have graph given here, as you can see. In first graph, a Nepali student migration. The second one is distribution of population of Kathmandu metropolitan in terms of language based on the population census of 2011. So let us discuss first one is Nepali student migration. Students, what do you see in the first graph? That it's a graph of interpretation of what Nepali student migration, and it's 2009, 10 to 2018. Let's have a interpretation first. So here's I have written about its interpretation here. So what we interpret is that the given bar here, uh, it's a it's a bar chart, and It shows students a migration of number of students over a period of 10 year, over a 10-year period from 90 2009-10 to 2018-19. So first in the year 2010, 2011, 2009 and 10, and there were how many students who migrated are 26,948 were the students who got migrated. The following year in now the year 2010, 11, 10, 11, 12, and 2012, 13, we can see here, there is slightly decrease in the number of migrating students if you compare 2009 and 10. And now then after then 2014, 2015 and 16, there were there was increase in the number of migrating students. It's a gradually increase in the number of students, and from 2011 to 2000 and it's 13. Now there was then slightly decrease in the migration, how much, 10,000 to 258 in 2011, and 16,499 in 2013. Now however in 2013 and 14 there was increase to number of students, that is 28,126. And then this continued trend goes off, and trends continue in the next year with 30,696 students in 2014 and 15, and 37 30 37,037 students in 2015 and 16. So we can see now increase in the trend of Nepali migration of Nepali students. We can see now highest increase in the student migration. Now the highest increase starts from 2015 to 16 to 2016 and 17 also, and where the number of increase, how much, 50,659, and in the year 17 and 18 it's 58,715 are the increase in number of students. Now trend goes increasing students, and it's following year touching 58,000 and 750 students in the year 17 and 18, and it's 63,000 2,059 and students in 19 and respectively. So finally what we interpret is that in the year 2018 and 19 students, it shows, this graph shows the maximum number of students. It's about 63,259 who got migrated. Okay, a maximum of students, and finally we can see that all the students, what we concluded that we can say this graph shows that maximum number of students who are willing to study abroad, and they want to pursue their career in abroad. So this is what we interpret from graph 1, and it's a bar graph. And the next one, students, have a look at the next one. Bar is distribution of population of Kathmandu metropolitan in the terms of language based on the population census of 2011. So this is the pie bar, students, and this is called pie chart. And here we have the distribution of population and of Kathmandu metropolitan city in terms of language and based on the population census of 2011. So we have to interpret. So here we can see different languages which are spoken uh, in the city of Kathmandu, and which language is widely spoken. Let us discuss. I think we can clearly see the Nepali language is widely speaking here, and there are some rest of the other language also which are spoken within the city. So let us interpret and discuss the chart here. So now move to the answer. So here is the chart interpretation here. So student, so this is a pie chart. I already told you that it shows the distribution of population of Kathmandu metropolitan in the different languages, and it's based on the population census of 2011. So now this chart completely tell us about the linguistic diversity of the region. And first one is I already told you the Nepali is completely dominating other languages here, and it's emerging out as the most widely spoken language in the city. So with the population of how much people within that city can speak Nepali, uh, it's a 5,97,570 people who speak Nepali language in the region. And now there are some other languages like Newari also. Yes, we have Hindi, and there are so many. I think second one is Newari one. It's 90%. How much is the percent for Nepali is 61.26%, and Newari language which are spoken is about 90% people in the region can speak Newari language. And yes, it's a common language, spoken language, having 101 lakh 85,000 and 330 people speakers within the region. And Newari comes at the second most commonly language. Yes, and rest of the like Temang, Methari also have notable speaker also with the 5.5% also, and one is 4.54% respectively. And further studying chart, we can see Hindi language there, Bhojpuri, and there are substantial population of 17,608 and the 15,621 speakers are there respectively of these languages. And the data shows that 44,239 people in Kathmandu metropolitan speaks other language. So according to the data, what can we see here? So other people, which are we can see here others 44,239 people are those who speaks other languages except Nepali and Newari, Tamang, and Gurung. So this is all about interpretation of your this pie chart, students, and overall we can say that this Nepali is the language which is dominating other languages in the city, and which is widely spoken language in that in the valley and the Kathmandu Valley, where and this is a rich and there is a rich linguistic diversity we can see within the population of Kathmandu metropolitan. So student, this is all about the pie chart interpretation, and this is all about your exercise of reading fast from unit 13, students. And with that I come to an end of today's class. Till then, keep watching my videos. See you in the next one.